Guys, so let's dive into Kubernetes. Kubernetes with service mesh. Okay, so I have a Kubernetes cluster in DigitalOcean, and so let me show you. So I have one master node, one slave node with 2 GB RAM and 50 GB SSD hard disk. So and also have a load balancer. So what is load balancer? First, before getting into that, let me delete the load balancer which I'm already having. So delete. Sorry, I forgot the command. It's okay. Okay. So kubectl. What is happening, man? Okay. So sorry guys. It's a bit tough. It's a tough bit mistake. So I deleted my service ingress-nginx. So in chin 10 will delete the load balancer here. Um, So you see, right, my load balance is gone away. Also, which in then delete my load balancer. So the when it comes to Kubernetes, my Kubernetes microservices, Kubernetes cluster, the lot of load balancer which is so famous. So when comes, so Nginx is very famous, widely used load balancer. Then after Ingress, Kubernetes Ingress is very widely used. Then Envoy. So Envoy is most widely used load balancer nowadays, and even traffic is used in the traffic is used more so widely for load balancing. So what is load balancing? So before that we'll create it, then again I will go by flows so that we can understand easily. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a load balancer from again. So there is a company there is a community called Cloud Native Computing Foundation. So which in then having they are having all the you know uh, no, all the communication with all the public cloud providers. So they are the one who managing Kubernetes. Suppose you actually run this particular command, so it says that cloud generic. So if you run this, but so it says as ingress nginx. So ingress as a nginx. Okay, ingress means it is a gateway with the get the incoming connection which is coming towards the Kubernetes. So suppose they have it the cloud native computing foundation have the uh, you know agreement with all the cloud providers. And suppose if you invoke this particular command, right, now I'm having my cluster which is running in DigitalOcean, Kubernetes cluster which is running in DigitalOcean. If I invoke this particular command, and what it does internally, okay, which in turn will create a load balancer again. See, it triggered a load balancer here, and so it triggered a load balancer here, and the IP is unavailable. So why still the IP? Once we get the IP, we map according to our domain name. So I'm going with the domain name routing. So I'm going the real world scenario now. So it taking time. See, it's telling two droplet. Which is two master nodes and slave node, one master node and slave node. So in top of that, there's a load balancer which is gonna run. IP is still unavailable. So once we get the IP, right, I'm gonna install this particular thing to add a TLS certification. So TLS auto TLS. There is a team called Let's Encrypt, which also comes under Cloud Native Foundation. What it does, they provide TLS for 90 days, and they provide TLS for 90 days, and which for all the subdomain which I'm going so which gonna be going which I'm gonna use. So I'll show. So still few minutes to go. Hmm. So so first time first we come on, bro. Right. It's taking some while. So once we get the IP, right? So I bought a domain name in GoDaddy.com. So domain name is wari.in. So I mapped the domain name with the name server with Cloudflare. So Cloudflare provides a security mechanism that it avoids all the DNS attacks. So I just put config it in Cloudflare. So I use the Cloudflare name server DNS, and Cloudflare is very fast as name resolution DNS around the world. Suppose if you change your A record here, it will be immediately update everywhere around the world. That's faster. So still my IP is unavailable. It, it's getting it's taking some time. It takes some time. So before that, we'll go and see what I'm gonna do next. I got it. So I got my IP. My IP is very new. It's very pretty new. So 174. See, I have a domain name which I bought in GoDaddy and which I mapped that to name server to Cloudflare. And Cloudflare is the very fastest resolution name server resolution around the world. So I'm putting that in the other card. I'm changing it accordingly and just saving it. Uh, that's it. I think it's done. So now I'm gonna it see it's mapped accordingly. So it maps to my particular what is my ingress which is running in cloud in Kubernetes. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a echo 0 endpoint now with a TLS. So till now echo 0 echo endpoint is not available. You can see that too. So nothing is available in that particular subdomain. So you see right once I put particular once I copied and pasted my particular load balancer in a DNS in the Cloudflare, it is pretty faster, and I'm able to access my domain accordingly. So let's start. Let's start installing the TLS. I think I configured TLS already. And I'll just go the flow. Okay, with the customer solution definition. These are the things which being used in TLS. So that's all. Few configs, set manager and all. Okay, it's already been validated. Now I'm going to install my LM. So I will come to the LM later point. So before I run these few commands, I just check is already there, and I'm gonna run this one set manager till now. That's it. Done. So unknown flag name. So name doesn't need double quotes. Okay, it is that. So I told you I've been configured. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna run my one application, a Yaku app. So first, when comes to Kubernetes containerization, right? When it comes to Kubernetes, that three flow. One is deployment, one is service, one is ingress. So actually, that's four flow paths, deployment. Let's say I'll just go and type somewhere. So the flow is like that: paths, deployment, service, ingress. So paths are called containers. So deployment are called replica of containers, two containers I say. I configure now. Service is the one which gonna expose your endpoint containers endpoint to outer world. Containers endpoint to accessible to other people, accessible to other people. So accessible above there. So we expose the endpoints container endpoint to apply. So let's sort of understand the flow. Ingress is expose that particular endpoint to global. Okay. So we don't need pods here. We just need deployment, service, and ingress, because deployment intent gonna create two containers, right? So I'm going to the folder called echo ingress. Gonna run kubectl apply -f. First, I'm gonna apply deployment. Okay, this done. So kubectl get, sorry, get deployment. So echo is done, up and running. You can even see the pods. I told you, right? Pods. Okay, two pods is running. Echo two containers is running. This configuration, I put the replica as two. So two pods will be running. So two containers, right? So I told you about this. So that two containers running, one deployment. So next I'm gonna run the ingress service. Sorry, service. So apply. So if you go and see the service, before if you see deployment, I exposed the port 5678, 5678. If you go and see service, 5678 will internally maps to port 80. You got it right. 5678 will internally map to port 80. So which gonna, so I'm giving that particular access to outer well with this exposing the API, exposing the port to this port. So what I'm gonna run this again. Okay, it is done. So you can get SVC. So this all will be so faster. I'm gonna apply ingress now. So that's a beauty. So the ingress having this thing. So I just named this a method as echo ingress. I'm gonna use the nginx as a load balancer. So I'm going to use the let's encrypt prod. So it means that I'm going to use a let's encrypt to give SSL to the particular domain. My host is echo1.yd.in. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to run it again. Apply ingress. That's it. So my ingress is created now. So you can even get it that get ingress. You got it right. We have echo one ingress now. Okay. You can see that. See, okay, I got the material is verified, and you see, right? I had a lesson create validated. So it given 9/10/2019 to 7/1/2000, 20. It means that 11, 10, 11th month, 12th month, and the next month. So it gives it 90 days time. So that the certificate will be valid till 90 days. So I have my TLS also enabled, and it's very valid certificate. So that's how it works. Now, again, I'm gonna do run another service called Node app. So that same flow, deployment ingress service. Okay. So let me, and also I just pushed my Docker image to my Docker app, and I just write a few code which gonna give my network interface of my container. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get back again. I'm gonna go to second service. I'm gonna invoke the same commands which I invoked later, which I ran before. Deployment, service, and ingress. Sorry. Okay. So I'll cover the volume 2 next 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 of web app. So before that, let's see what's really happened. Get pods. So you see a Node.js ping two pods is running. Get deployments. And you could see Node.js ping to the deployment is running, and I'm gonna see a service, and service is running. So I think even it got certified. Okay, Node.js ping. See, it got SSL verified now. That much faster is, and if I go and see my certificate is 8 ton. I think I got it yesterday. Uh, okay, that's not a problem. So if I replace it again, see my IP address is changing, right? So I have two container, I have two nodes running. So one is running. I have two parts running. One is running in master, one is running in node. If I replace it this one, right? you can see there is a drastic that will be change in IP address. So I'll go with the next particular next video with on-wire traffic flow so that we can understand what really happening. So before that, it is done now. So let's go into a more advanced topic with the Kubernetes where, which is called volume mounting. So that comes the beauty, right? So what I'm having in the volume. So I have a pod. For volume, right? I'm going to use NFS server. That's a called network file system server. I configure network file system server. Then I'm gonna give the service. So this is not can be this particular volume based services can't be explored outside the WAL. So it been used internally. So first I'm gonna create a NFS server. Then I'm gonna expose a port outside. This means it be accessible only in the cluster. Then I'm going to make as a persistent volume. I'm going to give a climb. So with this climb, I'm going to use it my cloud torrent application here. So I'm using a JPA cloud torrent. I'll go. So I given as given the metadata of persistent volume playing best and my app.nfs. Uh, so the same thing I'm going to use it in deployment. So I'm going to give mounting the volume here. My app the NFS and the data. I'm giving the name as data, and I'm using it in my Jupyter Cloud torrent and the data, and it maps to path downloads. So when it comes to volume, volume is persistent. Okay, even though if you delete the pods, which is running in inside inside the Kubernetes cluster, the volume won't be deleted. So okay, I'm going with the basic flow. Even nowadays, cloud provider is giving S3, Azure, DigitalOcean, and Google Drive, Google Cloud. They are providing the volume as a, mounting environment. It is very persistent than this. So now I'm getting a persistent volume by myself. So what I'm gonna do, right? So still you got it right. So I run the two services, Node.js ping, and another service is Echo 01 validadin. So one is for echo, one is for Node.js ping. So even you could see that can be still going to one balancing to one content one node. But if you have every request, right, you will you will know that there is a load balancer which is actually balancing with the, nodes. So okay, so let's create volume. Going back, I'm going to Kubernetes. Then I'm going to that cloud torrent. I'm going to volume. So sorry, I need to invoke this here. Okay, go back and the volume. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kubectl penf apply first is pod. Sorry, the command is wrong. The second one is sorry to service. So you see, and the first service is get there. The third one is persistent volume. We can get that by c kubectl get pv. Okay. Given a 1 GB, 1 GB as my volume size. Now I'm gonna invoke again the fourth command, the fourth config file. So we are doing it right. We are doing it iteratively. I'll come back with the LM later. So that's what LM does actually. So what I'm gonna run again, I'm gonna see get PVC. That's it. So my persistent volume is up. I'm gonna get back and I'm gonna see. I'm gonna run my service now. So play F deployments. The same flow. Service then ingress. Okay, that's it. Now if you go and see, I think it's still running. Okay, let me go and see what's really happening. Let me see what again. Okay, given like this only. So let's see kubectl get post. Maybe it's still not running. Yeah, it's still actually okay. It's up. What is drive with it? Okay, got it, right? So you see, right, my cloud torrent that warrior.in is up. So I'm using a JPL cloud torrent. I'm just gonna search a song named Shape of You. Come on, so not in the Pirate Bay. Guys, I'm trying to I'm trying to give you a showcase of a volume. I'm not doing any stuff here. Just these are available online. Is okay. I think it's been blocked by some people. Okay, let's try somewhere. Okay, I got it from. Okay, so SI and shape of view is at 3.6 MB. Oh, okay, let's try this downloading this one. So now its particular content is downloading to my volume. Okay, it is done. See, it's bit faster. Even volume access is a bit faster. Even I put some other songs too. I try to put about 18 MB song, something. Let's see. Don't give it a load to it. Okay. So right now my volume can be accessible by only one particular pod. Okay. So if you're using a volume from Google Cloud or DigitalOcean or Azure, it's gonna be accessible every pod in it. So that's why we suppose if you want a stateful container, that's how we need to create. Okay, it's done. So you see, right? Even I can able to download this content. So it's playing it. Okay. So the other thing is, so I add a content. So what I'm gonna do, right? I'm gonna just delete that thing from the. I'm gonna delete the flow, delete deployment, delete service, delete ingress. Gone. Nothing will be there. It is gone. So my Nginx showing 404 not found because there is no service running for it. So I'm gonna recreate it again and back. Deployment, service, and the ingress. Sorry. Okay. Then right. So what I'm gonna do, wait for some time. I'm gonna refresh it again. It take because pod is running. See, it is done. So this is done, right? See, my content is still there. I can able to play it again. So right, see, even though I delete the plot, even though I delete even though I delete my pods, deployment service, sorry, I delete the pods, the content is still there. So I'm making a stateful session for the files I'm actually handling. So this how the database, all this thing will be we need to be handled. There are a lot of ways to handle it, and this is one way. Okay, let me try with something called LM. So what is LM? So still now, right? Till now, what we are doing, we are just actually, going step by step, and we are running it everything, right? There comes the LM. LM solves the problem of running the flows, everything. So there is a team, open source team, which contributing to LM so widely. What they're doing, we need to do like this only. Just install LM. So we run these commands, right? We run this particular configuration files: YAML ingress, YAML service ingress, YAML service ingress, YAML service ingress. So even for for cloud to run, we run first this particular for the config. Then after that, we run deployment service ingress. So this flow can be handled so good in LM. So LM, will give an automatic namespace name. So this will install automatically everything this. So that it basically runs a particular config step by step, flow by flow, and it's easily manageable. Suppose if you want to remove that particular suppose I'm using Prometheus, right, from the Kubernetes system itself. By using the name label, we can remove entirely by using lm delete name. So that I'm gonna run this. I'm gonna install Prometheus here. So lm pro me, I'm just giving lm pro me, and the name I'm gonna install lm Prometheus. Boom! It's just it just does in seconds. What is that saying? Name AME failed to create namespace AME. What is this, man? So I'm gonna give pro unknown flag name. Okay, sorry. Let me take out this name. There's some command issue. So I'm going to generate the name by itself. Okay, that's done. So my Prometheus can be accessed via port 80. Okay. So you suppose if you put don't see the if you put ALM get list show list, I think I forgot the name. I, okay, so you see right, I have a namespace with Prometheus is running, and so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna ingress these two outside of the environment. So still now this Prometheus is accessible only inside the Kubernetes cluster. Suppose if you want to access this Prometheus outside the cluster, I want to access globally, I want to see that what is happening in my Kubernetes cluster. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna Kubernetes get pods. So my server is running, so yes, we see is it. My server is running on port 80. You know, my this is my this is my service name. I copy it. I'm gonna go to ingress the Prometheus. I'm gonna change my okay, that's it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use my service name here. I'm gonna use the port because it is using expression of port 80. So I'm also expressing the port 80. I'm gonna giving a namespace as Prometheus.void.in. So I'm gonna use the TLS here. So what I'm so let's run it. Kubectl-f sorry apply and then file name then ingress sorry I'm in this particular folder, right? That's it. In few seconds I'm exposed my Prometheus to cloud. That's it. So you see, right, my Prometheus is accessible outside the cluster inside in the globally. So this how suppose if using LM, right? LM is a tool which help you to which actually helps you to install this Kubernetes config file flow by flow. Suppose if you want ELK stack, so LM having all the thing in the cloud. So we don't need to configure like this. So LM ELK stack. Suppose you want a ELK stack, you just attach ELK stack. That's it. So you can simply install like this. LM install ELK stack will download and install the LM ELK stack in your cluster by namespace. Suppose if you want to remove the ELK stack, just delete the namespace. It will remove the ELK stack. That's cool, right? So that's how LM works. The LM is a very famous package manager for Kubernetes to install all applications and to go with it. So that's how Kubernetes Val is getting more configuration, reducing our configuration work now. So so thank you for watching, guys. The next video I'm going to show about the online ingress. Also, right now we are using nginx ingress. I'll talk you. Thank you. Bye.